Welcome back, YouTube. This is Work Knife Balance. Today we got a fun video for you. This is the Vision R. I've had this knife for about 2 weeks now. I've been getting familiarized with it. Absolutely love it. It is probably one of the most fidget-friendly knives that you can play with. It's skeletonized. Handle makes it fun to just kind of like hold and flick around here. But you can also have really fun with this super lock. Before we get too far into that though, I want to go ahead and say thank you to anybody who has already liked and subscribed to our channel. If you haven't, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below, or you can hit the little logo over here. We're going to continue to keep making content, so we'd love for you to take a look at it anyways. I picked this knife up from AZ USA about 2 weeks ago. This is a local dealer down here in southern Arizona. They've got Civivi, Spyderco, a bunch of other stuff. They do get some really cool higher end knives in there periodically as well. So it's a really cool place. If you're ever in southern Arizona, feel free to check them out. But yeah, go ahead and get this started. First off, the one thing I will say that took some getting used to is that lock there. So this is the super lock. If you haven't seen it, it is something you probably will be a little thrown off by. That is the lock right there. That is the locking mechanism. So you can pop that out, and then the blade is just free and loose right there. This is a Snecx collaboration, and so there is a video on the YouTube where he actually dives in and shows you how this works and the strength behind it. I have not had any failures. I haven't had anything really break down on it, but it did take some getting used to. Once I got used to it, I loved it, and it is a truly ambidextrous knife through and through. They did some serious work to figure this out. Yeah, you're gonna notice this, the clip is not on the left or the right side, but it's on the spine, comes right off the back there, clips in there. I was a little curious as to how that would fit in my pocket, but it has been pretty easy and pretty stellar. The detent on this knife is real nice, comes out real easy, comes out real smooth. Don't have to worry about that. Never really had to do a break-in period on it or anything with it. There's a couple different variations of this knife. I picked up the black titanium, so it's pretty much black all the way through, and then you've got the bronze pivot, you've got the bronze hardware in here just for a little bit of accent color to it, and I absolutely love the look of this knife. Before we go too far, we'll go ahead and get some measurements on it. So we'll lay that guy down there. Tip to tail, we are looking at 8 inches. Flat out, just 8 inches on this knife, tip to tail. So it's going to be a little bit longer of a knife, a little bit bigger carry in there. If we're looking at the blade, we are about 3 3¾ on the blade, but for the cutting edge, you're looking at only at about 3¼ I guess, yeah, about 3¼ on the cutting edge, just under 3¼ So yeah, you've got a large choil, if you want to call it that, choil in here for sharpening, putting that in there on that edge. But it is a flat grind CPM 20 CV. I don't know if we're gonna be able to see that. There. In typical Wii fashion, they hide all that in the tiniest places. But yeah, CPM 20 CV on that blade right there too. I don't know if you can see that, but there's the Wii logo on that side, and then we flip it over to the other side, and then you've got the Snecx right there. So they skeletonized the handle on this, and you can see, I don't know if you want to call it speed holes or just skeletonized through, but it is fun. I mean, I will often flip from one and then down to the other and just have fun doing that. If you've got larger hands, you could almost like fidget spin this, just keep a good grasp on it, obviously. So it is actually pretty fidget friendly. Other than having just the one deploy mechanism, it is a really fun knife to play with and just have, and it catches people's attention because nobody's ever seen a knife like this. There are some out there, obviously the Demco that has the back lock, but it is completely different. It is not a copycat. They have different mechanisms in how they lock and operate. But yeah, this is a fun knife to play with for sure. We'll go ahead and put some comparisons on the table for you right now as well. So we've got the WE Vision open right there. Up top, we're gonna go ahead and put the Ontario Rat 1. And then down below, we're gonna go ahead and put the Rat 2. So it is a lot larger than the Rat 2 there. It is gonna be smaller, but not by much, than the Rat 1. The one thing I like about this knife over some of the others out there too, though, is this is a reverse tanto. You don't see reverse tantos get very popular too often, but I absolutely love the look of it. So it's gonna be a good, nice. Up top, we've got the PM2. Down below, we got the Spyderco PM3 right there. So we got the Para 2, Para 3 down there. It's actually looking a really close comparison to that Para 2. Much larger than that Para 3. So if you've got a Spyderco PM2, that's going to be a pretty close comparison in size to how you're going to see the full length handle. Carry, obviously, we're going to go ahead and put those side by side. It's going to be shorter than the Spyderco and carry comparison, and then it's going to be width-wise a little bit less to it as well there. So this is oh, thank you, Siri, for that. That is absolutely fantastic. I love when my watch likes to listen in on me. So this has been, yeah, haven't had to resharpen it, but there's a lot of CPM 20CV out there. So if you've ever used that before, you know how to work with that and get that going. This is still available. They've got 5 or 6 different variations, varying anywhere from 270 all the way up to 680. You can get a blue anode version of this. You can get just regular titanium, black titanium with the bronze like this right here, and then kind of a stone washed color, not really dark black as well. And then you can get the, WE does their flamed titanium. You can get the flamed titanium on the handle with the stone wash blade. And then you can get a black Damascus. So you can get a black handle with a Damascus blade. And that is gonna be the one that is 680. My opinion, not worth 680 bucks. Unless you want this knife to look really cool, not worth the 680. I would go with any of the others for around 300. Definitely worth it, definitely fun, definitely a good knife. But if you're just looking for something that's flashy, that is unique and flashy, then yeah, sure, 680 is worth it. But I don't see myself ever spending $680 on a flashy fidget knife like this. But yeah, it is. Yeah, you just see me playing and going right there. I could do this literally all day until my wife comes in and says, stop snapping knives around. So this is gonna be a fun knife for literally anybody who wants to add a cool piece to their collection. That is the WE Vision R, the WE and Snecx Vision R. Go ahead and pick one up. We've got some affiliate links down below that you can go ahead and look there for it. Like I said again, thank you everybody who's liked and subscribed. Until next time, TTFN.